Hello and welcome to another episode of Showcasing Southbridge. I'm Angelo, the Southbridge Town Manager, and part of what we're trying to do is we're trying to introduce all the local businesses to our community because we believe we have great assets here in Southbridge. We want to encourage you to support our local businesses. And today I'm here with a gentleman who's the General Manager for what I believe is our greatest asset in Southbridge, and that's the Southbridge Hotel Convention Center. I think most of you have seen it. It's on the old AO property, and it's gorgeous. So, Steve, thank you for being here for this interview.
My pleasure.
I want to talk about this great facility you have.
Yeah.
It's absolutely awesome. This facility, obviously, it's a hotel, and you get a lot of clients come in, but it's also a convention center. So why don't we start with, just give me sort of a general overview of the general kind of services you provide for not only the citizens of Southbridge, but for the whole area.
Yeah. Well, we are a full-service hotel and conference center, 203 guest rooms, and 24,000 square feet of meeting space. The meeting space in the conference center is really state of art compared to a lot of facilities. We have an auditorium that can seat 250 people that no other facility in New England has. So we're really proud of that aspect. But besides the meetings and conventions, we also have food and beverage. We have a Shades Restaurant and Lounge that has outdoor dining with a fire pit and soft seating. We also serve breakfast and lunch in our Visions restaurant. But one of the biggest attributes really is Focus Fitness. And for town residents and people from the area, you've got Focus, which offers a swimming pool, 2 racquetball courts, a basketball court, and full cardio and weight training. So kind of get everything within that, and we have memberships available to the public.
So citizens can come down here and have their own fitness center separate from the hotel part. So if you're one of those people that likes to come out and train, this is a great place to do it. I've been in that swimming pool and in that fitness center. It's gorgeous. It's really a great facility, and it looks very brand new. I mean, it's just in great condition. So that is a real asset to the town. You know, Steve, I know you've been here about 2 years, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And
2 years
you guys
in
rent
August.
so you rent a lot of rooms to different people. Tell us a little bit too. I know you work with the Department of Defense. I know that's a big part of the hotel. Tell us a little bit about, you know, working with the Department of Defense, and also about, you know, renting out rooms to the area for, and who is it? Business people you're renting to, citizens? Give us a little idea as to who your customers are.
Sure. Well, it's a little bit of everything, to be honest with you. Our number one client is the Department of Defense. That was one of the main reasons why this building was built, was to house their training needs. And after the Department of Defense, we still focus for meetings and conventions. Most of what we get is New England or Northeast regional associations or corporations that have offices in Boston and New York, and we're very central to that. But we also have a big social component. And from the social side, we do weddings, anniversaries, retirement parties. A lot from the guest room side is local areas that a bride and groom are going to have a wedding at a local venue, but they need to put up their out-of-town guests.
I tell you, I've seen the staircase you have here,
Yeah.
and it's absolutely beautiful. The bride and grooms want to do photographs. You have some beautiful areas here to actually do the photographs for wedding pictures and stuff as well.
Yeah, we have people that don't even stay with us that want to come in here to do their photos. So
The grounds are beautiful. You know, when I came to Southbridge and I needed a place to stay when I first came here before I actually got into our home, and I stayed here for a week. I got to tell you, it was a wonderful week.
Right.
And I was amazed that this facility was in Southbridge, you know? It's just dynamite. This is a world-class facility, and I'm sure you're getting business people from all over the region to come here, and they're a little bit shocked. I mean, when you first walk in here, I don't think you expect the luxury and how nice this place is. So you get a lot of that. You get a lot of people surprised about just how beautiful this facility is.
yes, we do. We're very fortunate the facility was built and constructed in such a manner to keep the old historical AO perspective with a very modern backside with a conference center. It's been maintained very well, and our services and our surveys from TripAdvisor and Google Analytics, they show that we're doing very well. But it's not just the facility. I like to also thank our staff. The staff, they work long hours, tireless, nights, weekends, holidays. It's the hospitality business, and it's really tough. But from our housekeeping department to our food and beverage staff and the kitchen staff, they're here morning, noon, and night, 7 days a week. And it's really their attitude and the way the staff makes the guests feel the facility's great, and it's certainly an attribute. But when you can put the combination of good service with a nice facility, it's a win-win.
I tell you, my whole family stayed here. We had a 13-year-old that was, well, actually, when we came, he was only like 10. But he was using the pool, of course, and he loved the whole service in his room for breakfast or whatever you want. It's just really a nice atmosphere. And you kind of feel like you're home. I mean, it's a very welcoming attitude. So you're right about the staff. I mean, I experienced it. It's really nice, the kind of warm reception they give you.
Yeah. One of the interesting things on the design and the build is, again, for the Department of Defense, everything, they were supposed to be here for 2 weeks at a time. So everything was built larger than a standard hotel. So guest rooms are 33% larger. The corridors are larger and open in area. Our lobby, which we've just renovated, is now bigger and more open than you're going to find in a typical hotel.
I can't talk about prices on this TV show, but I can say this to everyone that's watching: it's reasonable. It's less than you'd think. So I mean, it really is. It's a place where you can stay. It's affordable. It's in the ballpark of other hotels, and frankly, I think it's low for a luxury hotel. And I think of this as a luxury place. And you look around. I mean, we're going to show you some different clips of different areas of this hotel and convention center, but it's pretty spectacular. If you're a business leader out there and you want to have a convention, you want to have a group of employees, you want to meet and be in a very comfortable setting with great conference rooming, with state-of-the-art electronics. I've been in the rooms, right? Your rooms have a high-tech electronics in there for people who want to do presentations and different demonstrations. I actually see, I think the Department of Defense is here today.
They are.
But they've designed this to meet the needs of the Department of Defense, which is pretty high. So for any other business, it's got a high quality of standard level from the very get-go, right?
Pretty much. When it was built, and we are 17 years old now, almost going on 18 years. Wow. But and technology changes. But when it was built, it was really ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
The wired and wireless in every guest room. All the meeting rooms have wired and wireless high speed. But there's facilities for hearing impaired, which you don't get at a lot of conference centers. There's just a lot of extra stuff, and we keep adding. Our capital budget has money set aside every year for innovation and technology.
I've had this opportunity, the restaurant here in sort of like the lobby area down there, it's really, really good. I believe there's a pool table over there, at least there was last time I was there, and there's a bar area, so if you want to have a drink and the kids want to play some pool or eat some dinner, it's really nicely family oriented so that everybody could be doing something. You don't have to like cut out the kids. It's actually, they can go play in a pool table, they can sit in the lobby while you're having dinner, whatever it is. It's kind of that good for everybody kind of environment. Is that true?
Absolutely. We kind of cater to as many people being a hotel as we can. It's a diverse market. Midweek it's a little bit more corporate, a little bit more business, and on the weekends it's certainly much more leisure, more family oriented. Pool tables, darts. We have cornhole boards that we set up outside in the courtyard, and actually we have an area during the winter that we even keep them going in the winter months. We've got in shades. Upgraded a new beer system, got 10 taps. We like to keep local beers on, so pretty much mostly Massachusetts regional stuff. Got a tap in there from Connecticut and one from Maine, but eight out of the 10 are from Massachusetts.
Now, I'll also say this to you young people who want to take a weekend away and have a beautiful romantic weekend. This is a nice place to do it. The rooms are beautiful. You got the fitness center, the pool. You got a beautiful courtyard in the back with I think there's a fire pit back there. It's right near the river. It's a beautiful scenic area as
hot
well
tub.
as you got a hot tub in
next to the pool.
Oh, there's a hot tub
jacuzzi.
next to the pool. Yep. So if you're looking for a romantic getaway, you want to sneak away, even if you live in Southbridge and you're looking to get away for a weekend, this is kind of a nice place to kind of sneak away to, is from everything I've seen. Tell me about the rooms. I know you said they're a little larger than other rooms, right? And I know they have beautiful TVs and stuff, but they're comfortable, and I know the beds were very comfortable. I remember sleeping really well when I was here. Tell me a little bit more about the rooms.
Well, there's 203 guest rooms. They're being converted from the old AO facility. Most every room is a little bit different. We have a couple that have fireplaces. We have some that have 16-foot ceilings. Some are oversized even compared to our 33% larger guest rooms. Predominantly kings. We do have rooms with 2 queens, which is much nicer than rooms that have 2 double beds, because if you do want that extra space, the queen size bed is much better than a double. The rooms, we converted and upgraded our linens just a few years ago. So we use a 400 count thread on our sheets and our linens. The amenities we have are really high-end, upgraded for the bathroom. You know, we're continually working on our renovation plan, and again, because of our age, we have carpet in a warehouse right across the river, and hopefully by the end of the year we're going to have all the guest rooms recarpeted, kind of a continuation from our lobby renovation, and all the guest room corridors are going to get done, and then next year we're doing a few more things. So
I'd say it's great from an individual standpoint, but I also imagine that from businesses, it's awesome too. So if you want to come here for a convention, you can obviously get rooms. You have the conference center. I've seen it where, you know, people are out here in the lobby having coffee, and I know you had a little coffee bar that you just kind of moved down the the entryway a little bit. But it provides, what kind of services do you provide to that convention group? I know you got, I mean, you can almost have a ballroom and a dance here. I mean, the convention centers are actually pretty big, so there's a lot of space. How many people, for instance, for a business convention, how many people can you do in sort of one room?
well, really our wheelhouse, so to speak, what we're really good at is probably 150, 200 people. We can do events 300 to 500. We just have to be creative with our space. But the ballroom can comfortably hold 300 people. We have the Prism Auditorium that can seat 250 people.
Like a movie theater. I mean,
it is like a movie theater.
The screen, it's like sitting in a movie theater, yeah.
It's great space. But then we have in the conference center itself, there's 6 additional meeting rooms and 10 additional session rooms, which are like small boardrooms. So you can mix and match your space. We had a meeting in here for GE yesterday, 2 people. And we also have 250 people with the Department of Defense. So
whatever you need, small or large, you guys meet all the needs. So that's really good. Now, we all know this is the AO property, right? And there's a lot of pride and tradition. And everybody kind of knows about the AO property. I was really happy that it still looks like the AO property. You guys have done a lot to really make this look historical. So tell us a little bit about why that was important to you and to the hotel to keep that historical image.
Well, it's what we are, you know. It's thousands of people worked here, lived here, family. You know, I meet countless number of residents that, you know, their dad, their mom, their brother, their sister, their uncle, they all worked here. So we wanted to keep as much of it as we could. And actually, since I've been here in the last couple of years, we've tried to do a few more things. We've added a couple original photographs that kind of depicted what it was like for AO. We put some, right next to the front desk, we put some markers up that donated the flood levels, because back in 1955, the Great Flood, you know, it was 18 feet of water was at this level. So we've kind of noted that. And we've worked with the Optical Museum, Dick Whitney, and kind of partnered with some things there to try to capture as much as we can within the building. Even the new lighting, we went circular lights to go with the optical theme. And you'll see that in our shadow boxes down the hallway, and artwork that's up on the guest room floors, and within the guest room there's definitely an AO theme throughout the building.
Do you actually have wedding receptions here?
Oh yeah.
You have a lot of them, because I mean, it really does seem like a beautiful place to have a wedding reception, and people, if you have family or friends that come in for the wedding, they can stay here and then just go right into the
all
thing.
in one.
It really is. It's kind of a
all in
nice
one.
package.
No doubt.
So do you guys prepare the food yourself for those? You bring outside vendors? How does that work?
We have a kitchen. We have got a great chef. His team. Our kitchen is beautiful. I've been in this business 30 plus years, and this is by far the best kitchen I've ever seen. And they do a great job. We do weddings indoors, outdoors. Again, Visions, Prism Ballroom. And even in the courtyard, we do wedding receptions, weddings themselves, the ceremonies, and we can also, we've done a couple weddings out on the back lawn.
I tell you, you have been a great partnership with the town as well. I know that when we need space to have some kind of meeting, we call you up and you get free space to, you know, if you have a chamber, like a Southbridge business partnership or whatever it is. And I know you guys are part of the Southbridge business partnership, which is really, really great. So not only are you trying to encourage people to use your business, but you're supporting other town businesses. So that's important. If you're another business in the Southbridge Business Partnership, or you're another business in town, you know, we need to support each other. So I want to encourage them to don't go out of town to find a hotel or a convention center. This is the place you want to be. And of course, they're giving back to the community as well. They're giving back to the town. I was here for charities, for the food bank and different things. You guys are very involved in helping various charities and providing space. And we do that whole radio kind of thon.
Radiothon, yeah.
But that's a great experience. And you guys are very involved in the community. Why is it important to be involved in the community from your perspective?
I think it's just what you need to do. You need to help each other. If I need products and services that can be at a relatively competitive price, I'd rather buy local. I just had our pool tables recovered by somebody with a Southbridge business partnership.
Yep.
You know, you meet these people, Elvis Dyer and the Southbridge Coffee Roasters. We try to use their product as much. They can't provide all of our needs, but we try to do that. So we've kind of grown and networked and tried to use those vendors and those local clients.
So again, with the AO property, I think everyone knows it's right along the river. I want to encourage you to come down. Even if you're not going to stay here, come on down and take a look at this place, because if you ever have family or friends coming into town to visit you, this is the place you want to send them. It's spectacular. You don't want to send them to Southbridge or anywhere else. We have great businesses here in Southbridge, and I want to encourage you to take advantage of those. We want to keep the jobs here in Southbridge. They pay property taxes. They help keep our taxes down. They're a great partnership. They provide to charity in the local area. So I want to encourage everyone who's listening to this show to do everything you can to support this business. And frankly, all you got to do is come down and see it. I mean, this is probably the easiest sell. If you walk in the door and you start walking around, you go, oh my God, this is like gorgeous. That will be your impression, and I can comfortably say that, where I know that's going to happen when you come visit. So I want to thank you, and I want to thank the owner. I know Chip Norton is very involved in the community as well. We've been taking down the fencing out there to make it look nicer. The property here, the grounds are spectacular. You guys do a nice job keeping up the grounds. So I'm looking forward to a long-term partnership with you guys.
Absolutely.
And you guys help bring tourists into our town, people from that go to the what do you call them? They're like where you sell stuff. The flea market over in Brimfield.
Brimfield's
I know that
a big
gives a
week.
bunch of customers that come here from the Brimfield flea
Absolutely.
market. Businesses coming out of town, Department of Defense. It's great that you big supporter of our military and take that pride in working with our military.
And they
So,
in turn support the local restaurants.
oh,
and-
they do. They come out. They go to our restaurants and do stuff. So,
markets and things. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Great.
great talking to you. Anything you want
Pleasure.
to add? Anything you want to say to people about this facility? I mean, we've talked a lot about why it's special.
Yeah.
But anything you want to say to citizens about the particular facility?
We're open for business. You're certainly welcome. We're taking those fences down to try to make sure that the residents and people in the area know that everyone's welcome. Shades Restaurant, Shades Lounge, great place for a burger and a beer. Come down and check us out.
It's terrific. Once again, thank you all for watching. Support the Southbridge Hotel and Convention Center. Let's make them a partner of our community. Let's all work together to make the businesses in Southbridge succeed. Thank you, and I appreciate you taking the opportunity to watch this show. It's a real pleasure.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate it.